Good morning, everyone. How often are we to forgive? Some of the commentaries today suggest that probably in Jesus' time, rabbis were telling their people that, for the same offense done over and over again, the most you have to forgive, the most you could be expected to forgive is 3 times. And so Peter, when he said, "Oh, Lord, 7 times, he thought he was being generous. Now, it's double and more than double the norm of what all the rabbis were saying. But this way of thinking is not God's way of thinking. He doesn't deal with forgiveness in numerical amounts. Christ tells him 77 times, not because there's a limit, but because there isn't a limit. No matter how many times our brother sins against us, Christ commands us to forgive him again and again and again. This is a hard command to follow. It's very hard. Because it could be something small, a trifling issue, and that can be easy to forgive. But what if it's serious? What if it's an actual abuse? It becomes more difficult to forgive, and to even forgive more than once. So what exactly does forgiveness look like then? Because Christ doesn't want us to just forgive and forget somebody who's abusing us, torturing us. No, that forgive and forget is good for small, trifling little things that happen in day-to-day life. Little annoyances here and there. Dude, forget it. It's not that big a deal. Just forgive them. Some relationships, though, do need to be cut off. So forgiving is not forgetting. If it's a serious abuse, if it's a serious offense, it's okay to end that relationship, to step away, to cut it off. There's still forgiveness there, just not forgetting. Doesn't mean we have to be a doormat that people walk over again and again and again. That's not what Christianity is. Forgiveness is Christian. Forgetting, depending on the offense, is not. Forgiveness also does not mean letting someone off the hook. If there's serious abuse going on, if there's domestic violence, forgiveness is good and is necessary and will happen, but that doesn't mean we can't call the cops on them. So we heard what forgiveness is not. It is not forgetting, it is not letting someone off the hook. So what is forgiveness? Forgiveness is freedom. Freedom from anger and anguish. Freedom from revenge and resentment. Freedom for the heart to love and to heal. Freedom to not be consumed by our thoughts and our feelings about that person or that situation or event or relationship. Freedom. My brothers and sisters, forgiveness is hard, but it is good. And I don't know if I've said it at this Mass, but I know I've said it multiple times over the last couple of years. One of the tricks to forgiveness is to putting it into words. Forcing yourself to say the words, "I forgive them," ideally with our Lord, in front of our Lord if need be, in front of the Blessed Sacrament, but in prayer with Christ, telling Christ that you forgive that person. You never have to tell the other person. That's irrelevant. But it's letting go of that resentment, that anger, that hatred, because all that does is consume you and tear you up and destroy what grace is in the soul. So we forgive. Not forgetting, well, maybe if it's a small little thing. Not letting them off the hook, but forgiving. So that it's not anger and resentment and hatred towards that person. Because forgiveness is freedom. And Christ has made us for freedom.